Taurus, welcome to the Onyx Moon Tarot. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. There is no gender in tarot. This is something that could happen to you now, could have already happened to you, or could happen to you in the future. I pull in the sun sign of Taurus. If this doesn't make any sense, that's okay. You can, it's a collective reading for Taurus. If it does, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Let's see what we have for Taurus. I'm sorry. Somebody's sorry, Taurus. They're so sorry. They're sorry. They're so sorry. Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Action. Something's happening. Choices to be made. Things to think about. Stability and security. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. Somebody that doesn't have a lot of patience. Harmony, balance. Feel that could be missing. You feel that there's balance missing. Somebody that does not have a lot of patience. Somebody that could act like a bully at times. Maybe not with you, but maybe just in general. Could be an air sign. Hot and cold. They like to tell people about themselves. Could be very flighty, very impulsive, and then play the remorseful, my hot head got in the way of my mouth. I said things I shouldn't have said. I didn't mean it at the time. It was just my temper. I get angry, I get heated, and I say things I don't mean. It's just this temper of mine. There's no balance. There's no patience. But you're not allowed to tell them about themselves. This person could be very gossipy. This person could be, if they're not a feminine, they could be very much in feminine energy. They could like to be around a lot of women. Or they could exude some feminine traits. Bitchiness, gossipy, snarky, mean girl energy. Even if they're masculine, is what I'm saying. If they're not feminine, they could exhibit those mean girl traits. And blame it on hothead. You're transitioning this. I think you might have just had enough of that type of behavior, that impulsive, unconditional love. Yeah, that does not mean unconditional bullshit now, does it? And you want to lay this bullshit down. You've been carrying this around for a long time, and you're like, yeah, it's got to go. I want to put it down. I've got to lay this down. It's been on me for quite some time now. I've got to put that down. You're transitioning out of this. Different timeline, different way. Doesn't mean that you're not still going to have this person in your life, but maybe just in a different way. You might have wanted more, but you're getting out of the forest and you're finally taking a look at the trees. Where before you were focused on being in that forest, and now you're taking a look and seeing that it's just not coming together the way it needs to. There could be some news in regards to this person. Maybe They might come to you with good news, or somebody might come to you with news about this person, good news, something that they would want to share with you, something that they used to maybe share with you. And that could maybe be their foot in the door to be able to start to talk to you again if you are not in contact with each other. But what they're not coming in with is an apology. And you may be due an apology, even though it says, I'm sorry. This may be their way of getting their foot in the door and trying to gloss over owing you the apology. This person is very shallow. They're very... I've got 2 pages here. I'm not even going to say childlike. They're very childish, immature. We've got somebody that likes to tell you about yourself, but you're not allowed to say anything back to them. They're a bully. And I've got 2 pages, one in their reverse. This person is immature, childish. The maturity level to them, I mean, we could have a 50-year-old man here who still pouts. Same 50-year-old woman who slams doors and screams and cries, doesn't have emotional bandwidth. They don't have it. It's like you turn the radio dial and you go straight from here to the whole way up to, 105.9. It's just, they don't have it. And that leads all into that mean girl. And they don't forget. If someone has done them dirty, they don't forget. They remember that. Could be a fire sign. Could be a Sagittarius. We've got Sagittarius on the board twice. Or it could just be somebody that has these qualities. Masculine. Taking charge of things. Even though I know I've said that they could be in feminine energy, they could also have that duality. Maybe you're dealing with a Gemini. I said air sign. You could be dealing with an air sign. When they're not in that snarky, bitchy, hanging around with all their little girlfriends, they could have... I don't have the cards here, but you could be dealing with somebody that has very high tendency for narcissistic tendencies. And all of their little girlfriends are their flying monkeys. I don't have the cards here, but it's reading that they have a posse, okay? I mean, it sounds really stupid, but they could have a posse. I mean, flip this. Maybe it's you. I don't know, but reading for the person. But flip it when they're not being mean girl. They could be macho man, okay? They could be rough and tough and, knock somebody's block off type of a guy. I protect my woman type of a guy. Where sitting down in the coffee shop with their legs crossed, talking to the girls type of a thing. When somebody comes in, oh, hi, how are you? And as soon as a person leaves, then it's chitter chatter, talking to the girls and gossip. There's that duality going on. There's a little bit of a duality going on here. Yeah. I don't have the cards, so I'm not going to speak on that. You could be thinking this person likes to go out and play. Very impulsive. The loyalty relies on them. Their loyalty is to themselves. Their life stops at the end of their nose because they're very selfish. They may say the words, but the actions don't speak. The words are all that they say. They like to go out and take care of themselves. They think of themselves in the moment. Not how it's going to affect anybody else. Or they know how it's going to affect somebody else, and they're selfish. They don't care. It doesn't put them up in their head. Their thoughts are for themselves. Their gratification. This was a real emotional thing. I think there was a lot of investment on your end. A lot of pain. There could have been some tears, a lot of tears here. And you finally might have just said, you know, I can't do a little boy, little girl, and a big boy, big girl flesh suit here. And you cried and cried and cried, and then just picked up and said, peace out. I gotta go. I gotta go where I am valued, and it is not here. This is somebody you could have known for a long time, maybe since you were children. There's an age difference. They could be somebody that your older sibling went to school with, something like that. You could have had a crush on this person for a long time, or a friend of the family, something you've known each other for a long time. So you have memories together, not just with this relationship. They want you to think well of them. They want your best wishes and to think well of them. They can't stand the thought that you would not. But honestly, your thoughts of them right now, I don't feel that you are thinking well of them. They've done some hurtful things. And I think you're just shut down. You're hurt. And here we have that Queen of Cups. That unconditional love that you were giving. It's there. But I think you are cutting that off right now in regards to anybody except yourself. Because all you want from this person is the truth. Don't feed me. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining, basically is what you're saying. They're your wish fulfillment. Somebody could be a bartender, or somebody could drink. There could have been a gift of a necklace. You could have given them a gift of a necklace if they're the bartender and the drinker, or if you're the bartender and the drinker, or if they're the bartender and you drink, or if you're the bartender and they drink. There's a gift of a necklace. Somehow there's a gift of a necklace involved in this. Something meaningful. Not a gift of a necklace that everybody would have, but something that means something symbolic, that means something to one of you. Whoever received the necklace, the gift was thoughtful. Something, not something like a diamond solitaire. Anybody could have a diamond solitaire. That's not real. It's a nice gift, but it's not symbolic of something. This is something symbolic. Maybe it is, I don't know, a 4-leaf clover. I've said that before. 4-leaf clover, maybe because you've always wanted to go to Ireland, or you're Irish, or they're Irish. So you've gotten 4-leaf clover, or a moon because you like astronomy, astrology, you're into the moon, something like that. I've gotten moon necklaces from people because I'm into the esoteric arts. So something that's symbolic, or the evil eye, an evil eye necklace for protection. They could have gotten you something, and it's very symbolic. Not everybody has something like that. So some necklace was given to you, and it was symbolic to you, something that meant something. And not everybody walks around having that type of jewelry. You're not going to be breadcrumbed. This person breadcrumbed you. They might not have wanted to, or maybe they did. Maybe they did. But you felt out in the cold. You felt that you were only being given pieces. Somebody else might have been getting more. Maybe they were engaged somewhere else. Somebody else had their time. And you felt that they were just spitting game, that they were just lying. This whole relationship you felt was stagnant, and you just don't see that you have any growth. There's not going to be growth on the outside looking in, and you're not going to tolerate that anymore. You've got the whole world in your hand, 800 billion people in the world, and you're making a decision. However painful that decision's going to be, it's for your best interest. I'm going to leave it here. Maybe it's you saying, I'm sorry. As much as this is going to hurt you, you need to do what's best for you, Taurus. I'm leaving it here. Come back and see me next week.